Shh. I don't know why you've brought us back to the Cave of Delusion, minuscule circle, but there must be a good reason for this.
Well, the people on the Catfish channel mentioned this.
What?
Yeah, the people want us to go on this adventure.
The people?
Yes, I saw the comments. Check your phone. I
Check
sent
my
it.
phone? I don't even know how there's service in here, but I'll do that. You keep your panties on right now.
Sir, who are you speaking to?
Shut up, don't tell me who am I speaking to. This is going to be a generationally frustrating episode for H. Sheesh, man. Sheesh. Sheesh. This is... You want to see me angry? That's what this is, minuscule circle. I'm gonna spank you after this. He may need a strong drink afterwards. I don't drink, but this episode might make me. He'll once again be stuck in the Cave of Delusion? This is a setup. This is a setup from you.
Sir, no, the people want this. They really do.
Are you guys ready for one of the most frustrating episodes that you will ever see on the Catfish channel? Embark upon us, my friends. This is a new adventure. An adventure that will be sure to leave your booty hole twisted into a pretzel. Don't taste that. You don't want to taste it. You don't taste it as well. Get out from behind me. Just because I'm in this compromising position right now, bent over. That is how you will feel whilst watching this. Buckle yourselves up. Just like that.
This woman's family's convinced she's dating a scammer.
I've fallen in love with him. I feel love for him like I do my kids.
Since she's met this Ricardo person, I try to tell her, Mom, it's not just you that's going to be hurt.
I'm sick of being attacked by everybody around me. It's really horrible.
Right now, she's not talking to me.
I hadn't talked to her since the incident in New York.
The kids have looked into some things. She's not giving them anything.
You and Connor need to get out there to Florida.
Join us as Brienne and Connor travel across the country to meet Sharlene. But will we be able to get through to her? Or will she ignore us like she does with her kids?
I went in the bank. She goes, you were a victim, now you're a scammer, and you're gonna go to jail.
If you keep going down this path, it's not gonna be good for you.
I really don't care is the issue.
Okay, let's unpack that first 54 seconds, shall we? I feel like immediately if a bank teller tells you you are now a scammer alongside being a victim, and you now sat there to say you don't care, I don't feel like there's much hope in getting through to you to understand that what you're doing is not only detrimental to yourself, but is freaking detrimental to the people trying to help you. Then you got the guy just, paint me like one of your French girls, baby. The scammers are very well versed in finding big, hairy chest, muscular men. Their search history must be a gold mine for anyone who loves hairy chests. Then the kids, I assume they are children, don't really speak to you from that little intro portion. So, you gotta factor in what's going on if your children don't speak to you, since we're all adults, adults, if they don't speak to you, adult children, probably something has happened. And also, as my brain racks on, when you say I'm tired of everyone attacking me, is everyone attacking you, or is everyone telling you what you're doing is bad and you are misconstruing it as an attack because you apparently have some sort of royalty or something and you are allowed to do whatever you want to do, even if it hurts other people? And don't tell me anything. Stop it. It's giving professional victim. So prove me wrong, though, Sharlene, please.
You want to bury your head in the sand, bury your head in the sand.
So you don't know nothing about my life.
Oh,
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your
Goodness.
engagement with our videos help us reach new audiences and can potentially stop other people from being scammed.
Go do that, but you already
Alright,
are.
team, we got another case here. This is an email from a brother and sister on behalf of their mom. Dear Catfish team, our mother has fallen victim to a romance scammer who calls himself Ricardo. Despite our warnings, she believes she is married to him and she has already sent thousands of dollars. She is currently stranded in New York as she flew there attempting to meet him in person, and we fear she is going to lose everything. Please help us before it's too late.
Probably already too late.
Respectfully, John and Shauna.
Hey, Catfish team. My name is John. I am 52 years old and I live in South Carolina.
Hi, Catfish team. I am Shauna,
Shauna.
and this is my
Shauna.
husband, Brian, of 22 years. We live in beautiful Panama City Beach, Florida, and we are very excited to be able to talk to you guys.
Okay, so my mother, she's born in 1950, so she's 75 years old. Anyways, over the last year or so, she started dating a person she met on social media, Facebook, I believe it was.
My mom and dad were both from California. My mom, I think, graduated from San Diego High School. After they met, they were married like 3 weeks later.
Goodness me.
We had a pretty rough childhood growing up. My mom had 10 kids. We grew up real poor.
She and my dad would go and minister, and they would bring us kids. Well, she met my stepdad, David, at that time.
Sorry, what?
So eventually, David ended up leaving my mom after 14 years. My mom never left him. Since David had left, she has tried to date other people. She's tried to kind of make amends with her kids some. She's not a bad person, it's just she allowed bad stuff to happen to us.
Okay, I don't know the full context, of course, but I don't feel like that sentence makes sense. I feel like those two things can't be put together. I'm not saying she was abusive in any way. I don't know the story, okay? I don't think you can say that someone is not a bad person, but they allow bad things to happen to you. I don't want to infer too much because, again, I don't know their story, and it seems like it would be a very sensitive topic. But when she says she let bad things happen to us, is that home life and it was out of her, or she allowed things to happen that she could have stopped but chose not to? I'm not sure. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I feel like it's interesting. The original title of the video, she has 10 children, right? I mean, what we've just seen also, she got freaking 10 children. But only 2 of them so far have appeared on this show. I'm not saying I need the whole freaking family to be on this show, but it's interesting that it is only 2 of her children, and those 2 children have already in the intro portion stated that they don't speak to her much. At least that's what I'm taking from what they've said. Look, it's not giving good vibes, is the politest way I could say this, I guess. It's giving dysfunctional family, potentially abusive. And I just want to touch on the fact that she got married quite early. I mean, it seems high school, 3 weeks later. I think we've seen other stories where people get married young, the victim, and they don't necessarily grow up. Now, in that intro portion, I got very childish vibes from her. And I feel like we could attribute that to the early marriage. And then obviously you couple in the fact that she had 10 children. I don't necessarily think she got the chance to grow up. She grew up quickly in terms of, I now have all these responsibilities. But I don't think mentally she had the opportunity to grow up. And then you tie in, she was doing missionary work with her first husband, and she met the stepfather. So there was an affair of some kind there. Goodness me, the religious aspect, if it dares come into fruition in this story, and we're gonna pick and choose when to be religious, I might lose my shit. But so far, I feel like we're in for a wild ride, right? We're in the passenger seat driving. So many. It looks like I was being electrocuted there, but I'm driving over potholes. That's the kind of story I think we're gonna get. Or we're skateboarding on cobblestones. Nobody call Tony Hawk though, because he would make that look easy. You get the point. I feel like I'm going to lose my head here.
After a rocky past for Sharlene and her children, she found herself single for the first time in over 40 years. She went online to find a companion, and that's where she met a man named Ricardo who swept her off her feet.
I always try to stay close to her. I guess probably I stay closer than most of my siblings with my mother.
And why is that?
But since she's met this Ricardo person, I just, I try to tell her, Mom, it's not just you that's going to be hurt.
When I talked to her about this for the first time, she said that she gets messages all the time from guys. And this one, I guess, just stuck. This Ricardo.
Sharlene was very hesitant to chat with us
or
laughing. Share any information that we could look into. But fortunately, she agreed to get on a short video call to describe her relationship with Ricardo with us.
There is no relationship, realistically. So maybe we should not use that language. But from that picture of Ricardo alone, yeah, big muscles, oh my goodness. He might be age appropriate somewhat. I'm not sure, really, to be honest. She's 75. I don't feel like he's near 75, but I guess that's another story until we find out his age. But I saw pictures of him in the gym. I think I saw him like on a boat or something. He lives a very different life. Now, I've always said people need to acknowledge the realism in the people that are reaching out to them on social media. If someone is obviously a celebrity, get a grip of yourself. What is happening here? But when it's also a regular, degular, schmegular civilian who is not well known, is not famous, maybe they don't have millions in the bank, but I guess Ricardo has a lot of money. We'll come to that. But he doesn't seem a realistic partner for Sharlene. But I don't know much about Sharlene right now. But, what I'm saying, is it harsh? I'm not necessarily sure. And to be honest, maybe I don't care. She doesn't seem a realistic partner for him in the sense that I don't think someone who looks like Ricardo with the lifestyle that I am inferring from the pictures would want anything to do with Sharlene. But that's just me. Also, I want to touch on the fact that John said it is just him, seemingly, that is the closest of 10 children. That's concerning, is it not? I don't expect all children to be involved in her life because I don't know what's going on in their life. But it's just interesting to note, I guess. Let me know your thoughts.
I think he reached out to me. But he's right off said he felt a connection. And he goes, when I would close my eyes, I would see your face.
That's kind of creepy.
Every time I closed my eyes and it wouldn't leave.
I mean, he's older?
Mid-50s, yeah.
Mid-50s, maybe 60.
Muscular build. All the photos and stuff you see of him, he's in tank tops, so he's got a decent build. I mean, he's a bigger guy, got a beard, and it's whitening, so you got there's some maturity there, and
nice looking, handsome man.
He told me the whole time, let's keep our relationship between us.
Okay. I will keep this between me and you, Sharlene. I don't think that's a good sign. If anyone tells you that the relationship that you supposedly have must be kept under wraps, mummified, then you need to question what's going on here. It's giving criminal vibes. Why are you trying to hide from everyone? What are you doing? I also want to point out that he is in great shape. I mean, not to freaking salivate over him. What am I saying? Forgive me.
Stop it. Get some help.
I mainly wanted to touch on the fact that the white hair, grey hair signals maturity. No? Let's calm down there, shall we? I, for example, have some grey hairs. I don't know why. I think the stress is killing me. But that wouldn't signal maturity. I mean, I'd like to assume I'm somewhat of a mature person, but the amount of jokes that I use my ass, for example, as the butt of the joke, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm mature, okay? And, I mean, on this show alone, how many people have a full head of grey hair, maybe a grey beard, and they are some of the most immature people you will ever meet in your life. And I'm getting that vibe from Sharlene, so I just need to stress that doesn't play any part, but okay.
This is a God thing because I've never attracted somebody look like him. You can ask my friends, like a muscular guy. He was born in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I think he was born. His whole life he was a dentist, but I don't know what he's doing that now. He also said he trades.
Okay, crypto. So he's gone from pulling dentists. Pulling dentists? I mean, maybe dentists can pull dentists in dentistry school. You get it? He's gone from pulling teeth to pulling bitcoins from his ass. What a career change, huh? And I anticipate this episode, once again, is going to make me want to pull my own teeth out. I love the fact that she threw God into this. Yeah, it's God. God has sent you Ricardo, has he? What a ridiculous statement, and it doesn't surprise me coming from this show. But okay, continue prodding me in the ass, please, Sharlene.
Coin, like bitcoins. He seems really smart. He knows French. And he knows Portuguese, and he's part Greek. When we get married, we're gonna go to Greece. He can sing. He said he plays piano.
Okay.
Casa simplesinha, rede pra dormir.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. He said he wrote it for me.
He did not.
Portuguese love song.
I tell you that much.
Sing it at our wedding.
Oh, he's cooking, chefing it up.
He also is a great cooker. He done videos of him cooking different things, and he said we can cook for each other. Because I love cooking too, so we're gonna cook meals for each other. He said he's gonna cook me some good meals.
Okay, is it just me that can sense the childishness in her speaking? Obviously, I don't want to touch too much on the fact that the ends of her sentence sort of go up. I don't know what's the word, inflection? Something like it goes, he sings, he cooks, like I don't know what to call that. That's not necessarily the part that I want to touch on. It's just the rest of it, right? I love a man who can cook. It's just so attractive. That's not the childish part. You know, if you find someone attractive and attribute it to cooking, you know, that's your prerogative. I would hope there's more to the attraction than just the fact that he can cook. Because right now, it's giving very minimal. It's seemingly a recurring theme on this show that victims take the most basic thing and run with it. This is why we're together. We both cook. Great. Anything else? Does he treat you well? Which obviously he freaking doesn't, let's be honest. Spoiler alert, maybe. Does he respect you? Spoiler alert, probably not. I'll cook whatever you want, big baby girl. That I didn't even realize was said. That is one of the most cringiest things I've ever heard.
Brother, what's that?
And again, going back on the childish thing, we're both gonna cook meals for each other. Whilst that is romantic in real life, I don't think necessarily here it is romantic when it's concerning someone you've never met. Okay, it's just all a bunch of words. She has seemingly been swept off her feet a bit too easily here. I wonder, because I've watched enough of this show now, I wonder if there is any cognitive issues at play. I just want to stress, though, going back to Shauna, I think it was, who mentioned she's not a bad person, she just let bad things happen to us, which, in my opinion, is still a ridiculous thing to say, by the way. I'm not coming at Shauna for saying that, right? I don't think that can be put together. For example, I would do everything in my power to not let something happen to my children. Maybe, parenting wise, maybe I don't get them a toy that they want, so they might see me as a bad parent or something. But I would never let anything happen to them. Life or death, I'm dying for my children, all right? So I get the vibe, and I'm just putting things out there, all right? I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall, so to speak. I'm seeing if something sticks. I feel like she maybe put the husbands over the children, and there was potentially some abuse, but I don't know. I feel like I've lost topic here of what I was saying. We were touching on the childish thing, the cognitive issues. Maybe there's some cognitive issues here, but I must stress, cognitive issues, I think some people attribute it too much and allow people the excuse of using it to be a abusive and horrible person. Is that harsh? Let me know your thoughts. I feel like maybe some people throw it around too much. I feel like we're getting hella off topic here, but we're doing podcast vibes at this point. I feel like some people, when they are a bad person, others will defend it with the fact, they have cognitive issues, but it's not absolute. You can't just say this person is not a bad person because of what they've done. But that's hella off topic right now. Basically, I feel like with this story, with this family, there is a lot more behind the scenes than what we're seeing so far.
That's what Ricardo calls me. Big baby girl.
Yeah, so that's so cringe.
His wife died. He's got 2 young kids. He's got millions of dollars that's locked up in some
he
bank
does have
account
millions
that he can't get to. And his kids want my mother to be their mother.
Okay, my kids kept asking when their mummy is coming with a wink emoji. Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but I feel like that's a disgusting choice of emoji with the words you've used there. I also want to stress that if someone does have all this money genuinely, right, you would see them. Okay, they're gonna take the first flight to you. You're gonna meet up somewhere, in public. I must stress, please meet in public. Don't meet in a secluded area. Goodness, that's a true crime documentary waiting to happen. But if there is a lot of money, especially millions at stake is the wrong choice of words, held in the bank account, freaking hell, I've lost the plot.
Are you high or just incredibly stupid?
They're gonna see you. But I don't really think she grasps that. And I've actually got a bad feeling here that this episode might be a waste of time, in the sense that she's not going to take on board anything. But hey ho, I'm seated.
Called me, I'm crying one night saying, I've been so faithful to God. He's blessed me in my old age, and he's gonna make me a mother again, John. And
I think she just gets lonely, and she doesn't have anything else really to do during the day, and so she's on there a lot.
Ricardo's never done one negative thing to me. Never. Always done every day. He thinks I'm beautiful. Yeah, he could be lying. I don't think I'm that beautiful, but whatever. I think he's gorgeous. I just can't wait to kiss him.
Oh my god, yes.
Ricardo made Sharlene happy. This relationship felt like a fairy tale, but it negatively affected everyone else around her.
Yeah, and I'm going to pause it there because I was waiting for something of that like to be brought up. We obviously got a glimpse of it in the beginning. I mean, John looks stressed the hell out, right? He gives me the vibes that he's trying to portray this sort of bravado, not in a negative sense. He's trying to portray this light that nothing affects him. But I can read that he's stressed out. But I could be wrong. Yeah, she knows she's giving selfish. The fact that you don't seemingly care that your family is being affected by your own actions. Also coupled with the fact that, I don't know if it was an affair or not, or maybe your first marriage naturally broke down, so you just went off with the stepfather, but you met the stepfather during missionary work, which is hella... What's the word I'm trying to find here? It's hella ironic that you were maybe cheating on your husband during missionary work. Like, that's a wild story. That's selfish. If the first marriage broke down because of you cheating, obviously that's selfish. You seemingly don't care that your children are being affected. That's selfish. Dare I say you're being selfish to yourself as well, because you're putting this guy over, of course, yourself. But more concerningly to me, you're putting him over your children. And I'm reluctant to believe what you said in the beginning about, yeah, I love my children just as much as him. I'm reluctant to believe that, because your actions here are saying the opposite. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Once again, I don't think Ricardo, from his pictures alone, gives me vibes of he would want anything to do with Sharlene. I don't know if he's 50 or 60, I don't know his age, but regardless of his age, just the lifestyle he seemingly lives, I just don't think he would want to be with Sharlene. Let's imagine he is actually a crypto trader, right? He's gonna want nothing to do with Sharlene, right? He's got millions in the bank. Let's be realistic here.
Sharlene had sent Ricardo bank accounts, personal information, and her family suspects she may be unknowingly moving money as well.
Okay, she probably is. Let's be honest, knowing this show. Everyone's living Christmas life here. I'm having coal shoved up my ass because I need to touch on the fact that she wants to be a mother with what seems to be very young children here. Now, I'm not obviously saying that she can't look after these children, because I don't know her capabilities as a mother, okay? But going off what the children have said earlier on, I'm led to believe it wasn't the best life growing up, okay? But at her age, and what's seeming and coupled with the fact that she is giving off very childlike tendencies, I'm not sure she can look after young children, and dare I say I'm not sure she should be taking care of young children. But that's just my thoughts. Obviously, let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments, please.
All her credit cards and stuff, I think at this point, are shut down, I think, due to fraudulent activity. I know she shared all of her accounts, every single account with him, and he uses them to move money through them and everything else.
Okay, nice.
My mom told her that he deposited $20,000 into American Express account. She said it was for their wedding, this $20,000, but for some reason that she could take money out, so if she needed some.
So they sent me a picture, the credit card company
A
sent
picture?
me a picture. Thank you for your $20,000 deposit. But
Well, that's an
it
email.
disappeared. I don't know what happened with it. He doesn't know what happened with it. I needed money since then, and it's not in there. They sent me a picture of it. But he has no idea what happened to him.
She was trying to prove that he was a good guy. So she tells me, he showed me his social security number and his bank account. He's got a lot of money. I'm like, yeah, Mom, that's because he wanted to get yours. And then we come to find out my mom shared her social security number, her bank account, all that stuff.
I don't know how much she's going through, but it's like every month or She's shuffling cards, trying to get new accounts, and all kinds of stuff. And he's moving money through her accounts as well.
I mean, I'm just going to say this in a generalized sense because I strongly believe she ain't going to understand or want to understand. If there are no cognitive issues at play, obviously that can diminish a person's critical thinking. Maybe if she's had a stroke or anything in the past. I would hope if something of the like was to have happened, it would have been mentioned by now by the children. But I don't know, I'm just going off of a generalized sense here, I guess. I'm trying my best to sort of, like a web. I'm trying to stick to a lot of things. I'm trying to understand that there might be a variety of things at play here, but I feel like someone would have mentioned it by now. But in a more generalized sense, if you are shuffling about cards, you're opening bank accounts continuously, people are sending you money and maybe they're coming from accounts that is not even the person you're supposedly speaking to, that's a massive red flag. Okay, this person not only doesn't really give a shit about you because they are forcing you to continuously open these bank accounts. Ain't nobody got that much time in a day, bro. Unless you make time, as Sharlene is doing here. But they also don't care about you in the sense of criminality because they don't care if you go to jail. I mean, that's a given. I also think it's very interesting that she is quick to say how much of a great guy he is. I think Shauna mentioned, saying something to her, but then he was like, no, it's for the wedding. The 20K in the Amex account is for the wedding. He sent it. I can use it, though, sometimes. She's very quick to defend him. So I think earlier on when I mentioned, I think I did, she seems like the type of person to put her partner above everyone else, including herself and her children. I'm going to stick with that vibe. I'm not on the fence. The picket is not up my ass. I'm standing firm on the side that that's what she does. And maybe that's what she's done in the past. And that's what Shauna was talking about in terms of she let bad things happen because maybe she put individuals above everyone else and allowed certain things to happen. Allegedly, of course, I don't know. But if that is the case, that's extremely sad. And I don't know if this is harsh. I don't want to question your motherhood and your parenting skills, but that would piss me off, to say the least.
We think that there's a good possibility that she's moving money from other people, buying gift cards and sending those out. So
Probably.
She's receiving money somehow.
Probably whatever she's getting, she's spending, because we know when she was in New York, she only had $36 to her name. She took a trip with $36.
Mr. Krabs, I am so confused.
She recently went to New York City to meet with him. Of course, he's not there.
Where is he?
To go. She got stranded there. We had to get money to get her back home because she got a one-way ticket because she was told by the scammer that he'd be flying her back.
We all called the airport police. I reported it to the FBI, and police found my mom roaming the parking lot.
What?
Looking for a van.
The scammer told her that I had threatened to kill them if they showed up at the airport, and that's why nobody came to get her. It's just been a huge strain.
Okay. I guess it's fitting that John has been apparently mentioned to want to kill Ricardo. Did you threaten my boyfriend, John? I don't want to hear from you again. Goodness me. If that doesn't show you that she's putting Ricardo above everyone else, I don't know what will. I don't know how he's threatened her, or threatened him. But I was going to say he looks like he belongs in the Reacher show on Amazon Prime. Other streaming services are also available. But not to watch the Reacher. I think it's only on Amazon Prime. Sponsor me or something like that. I very, very confused with the police finding her just wandering around a car park looking for a van. There might be cognitive issues here. Because I feel like, in a more generalized sense, even if someone does believe that they're in a relationship with someone, they're not aimlessly looking around for a van in a car park. So maybe there are cognitive issues at play here in terms of her critical thinking about the situation. As I mentioned, I don't want to hear from you again. Look, I don't want to call her abusive, but it's not very loving behavior she's displaying here to her kids. I don't know. I don't want to say the cognitive issues play a role in that. Of course, it can, but is what I was saying earlier. I don't want to just attribute someone's bad decisions and, their shitty behavior just to cognitive issues, because that's not fair on other people who have cognitive issues and are not displaying such behavior. It's very difficult. Sometimes I do have a hard time navigating difficult conversations like this. So I hope what I'm saying is making sense.
I feel like she's just really gone downhill since she met this guy.
John and Shauna have both filed police reports in an effort to stop their mom from this relationship. Unfortunately, she is still in communication with Ricardo, and it continues to create stress and division within the family.
Okay, again, the stress aspect, I very much struggle to believe you love your children as much as you do Ricardo, because you don't care about the stress that you're causing them. And, scam victims, this is why I'm so harsh on them, right? In a more generalized sense here, but dare I say in general anyway. Actually, I've just said that. What the hell am I saying at this point?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
This is why I come across so harsh, because it's not just the direct victim of the scam that is a victim. It's the people around them, if they're lucky enough to have people around them who are trying to help them, they are the victim as well. Because I can't fathom just how much stress you are under trying to live your life whilst, like, in the back of your mind, or maybe in the very front of your mind, having to look out for someone who doesn't want to hear what anyone is saying. The bank professional is telling you you're a freaking scammer at this point. You got police finding you wandering around a car park. Alarm bells have got to be ringing here. If you're not going to listen to your kids, listen to the police. It's very upsetting to be watching this, I can't lie. It's maybe one of the more difficult stories that we will cover.
I'm so stressed out. I've had no rest. I've had no relaxation. Every single day is just all about us being on the text threads and what's happened now.
Oh, I just said this.
Where there is a lot of concern is the fraud, the mail fraud, that kind of thing. If she's being shipped money from other scammers or people that are victims in the United States, and then she's moving that on to somewhere else, now she's susceptible to some sort of penalty or jail time or, God forbid. But
right now, she's not talking to me.
Oh.
She has told John that not to talk to her, to get out of her life as well.
I hadn't talked to her since the incident in New York. That was the last I heard from her up till the 19th, which was just the other day. On my birthday, she called me and she's like, "Hey, baby, happy birthday," and this and that. And she'll bring him up like, "Oh, I'm just so great with him and I just believe he's real." Like, she'll just be like, "Oh, I just want to let you know, so I've been talking to Ricardo and we're getting married. And the wedding is on and we're deciding now, are we getting married in New York?"
Okay, when I paused it there, he was mid noise. That noise is me shoving the wedding up my ass, because that's how realistic all of this is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I feel like that's abusive behavior, or at the very least, gaslighting behavior. Don't speak to me. I don't like the way you treat me. You don't know what's good for me. I know what's good for me. But then you're calling as if nothing seemingly has happened. Happy birthday. We're going to get married still. I feel like that's abusive behavior, but that could be just me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If someone, spoke to me in such a way and then just messaged me as if nothing happened, I'm going to ask you, please get a grip of yourself, because what are you doing?
She just like comes at me like nothing happened.
Oh my God, I just said that.
All about him again.
I'm sick of being attacked by everybody around me. It's really horrible. It's horrible. And I know Ricardo and I are meant for each other. I know that. And he knows it. And we feel blessed by each other.
Okay, yes.
It makes me want to cry.
Why?
Because I finally have a good man in my life. And I don't like hearing
Why are you crying?
stuff from my kids. Because they should be thankful.
Of what? Thankful of what exactly? Thankful that they have to spend their days trying to get through to their mother who doesn't want to be helped, it seems. Why should they be thankful? What's Ricardo done for them? I'm so confused here. Should they be thankful that you seemingly have a loving relationship in their life or in your life that's not even loving? Because if it was actually loving, they themselves wouldn't be stressed to the high heavens about it. Why should they be thankful? And why have you started crying here? Randomly, by the way. I'm going to rewind it. That has come like out of nowhere.
He knows it.
Okay, he knows
And
that apparently.
We feel blessed by each other. Makes me want to cry.
Why? What's happened?
Because I finally have a good man in my life.
Nothing good about
I
it.
don't like hearing negative stuff from my kids. Because they should be thankful.
Okay, let's firstly address the fact that you don't like hearing negative things from your kids when it concerns you. If they were negative about someone else, probably, you wouldn't mind. But because they are negative towards you and trying to help you, you see it as negative. But, I guess that's the issue with a lot of these victims. When something is said to them, they will just take it as negative because they don't want to, essentially admit that you're right. They don't care if they are being driven into the freaking ground financially, mentally. They just don't want you to be right. That's the vibe I'm getting from her. But then, the crying here, what's happened? I don't get it. And it didn't even seem real, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Listen, I've got my experience with people who will use crying as a manipulation tactic. I'm not saying that's what she's doing, because who knows? I'm just pointing it out. It was very sudden, the crying. And I don't think the situation warrants crying. I know some might say, oh, I can't tell her when to cry, but just acknowledge it, all right? I just don't feel like there was a need to cry there, but okay.
Stick around until the end.
I'm here, guys.
We'll confirm the true identity of Ricardo and reveal the results to a skeptical Sharlene.
I believe I am in a relationship with somebody that really does love me.
You're taking the mick there. Skeptical? Drew mentioning skepticism there? Where in the hell, 11:41 minutes and seconds, where has any skepticism been? Am I watching the wrong video here? Because I don't feel like at any point has she said, you know what? He might be a scammer. Someone point me towards that, please.
Ignoring all the facts.
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's
If you
childish.
like this video, please consider subscribing. And once
go do
you've
that.
done that, give this video a like too.
Hey Seekers, if you're only following us here, you're missing half the story.
Follow Catfish online on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook for updates and content we don't share on YouTube.
Go do that.
John and Shauna weren't able to pull much information about Ricardo from their mom, so the team got together to come up with a game plan moving forward.
Who was that?
I have a lot of questions after that. She's in New York right now.
Well, she was. So she's talking to this guy, Ricardo, And he told her he lives in New York, so she got on a plane, flew straight over, thinking that she was gonna meet him and his kids.
What?
And she gets there, and he's like, why are you there? I'm not there. She also didn't bring her medication with her, so she ended up in the hospital for a few days. But they've been working with her, and they brought her back to Florida, so now she's safely back.
Okay, I mean, this picture is nice. It's heartwarming, I guess. What in the smokes has gone on there? So not only, please everyone, don't fly out to meet someone and they don't know you're coming. I feel like that's a very bad decision you're making. But also, she forgot her medication. Now, not only, again, are you backing up my point that you put this Ricardo guy above everyone else because you don't even take the time to take your medication. You freaking need that. All right, you don't need Ricardo, you need your medication. But also bringing back the potential cognitive issues. Is medication something you just forget to take when you're traveling? Again, I'm just pointing it out. It could play or it could be a factor here. By no means am I saying it excuses what is happening. But it definitely plays a role if there is any issues.
Kids have looked into some things. They shared some information with her. She's not giving them anything. She mentioned giving this person gift cards already, and she's not disclosing anything else. So this is going to be a really tough case.
Then?
This case is super similar to Melody and Harmony's. Aren't you going out to Florida to go visit them anyways?
I am, yeah. So what are you thinking? I should go visit Sharlene?
What a rhetorical
this
question
is such a
that
tough case, right? Like, if we try to do it remote, like our other cases, she may not believe anything, but if we're there, we can show her the research in real time.
That doesn't always.
I think she might come and start to believe like what we're saying.
Okay, it's good you said might there, because I feel like there's been a few stories, mainly Jody, who you do go in person and it just doesn't matter, right? It's like trying to speak to a brick wall. So I'm glad you said might.
I agree. I mean, I've already spoken to her twice, and both times I've tried to ask her for some research and some information about this person. She just glazes over my questions and just goes back into how wonderful and fantastic this guy is. She's never been spoken to like this before from a man.
That's interesting.
We need to help her. So what research do we have?
Well, she only gave me a picture of him. That is it.
I mean, can you try to get anything else?
I can try my best. I did ask if she could share the phone number. She said she doesn't want to disclose his personal information. She doesn't want to invade his privacy.
So we're gonna have to pry this out of her.
So she also mentioned that he takes care of her, and I'm curious what that means.
What did that just mean?
I feel like that means money, because he don't do anything else, does he? I feel like he's sending her money, and that money likely is not his. It's someone else's, and some sort of money laundering is going on here. But, you know, you can't convince someone that they're a criminal when they don't want to see their criminal behavior, allegedly.
Probably sending money. I mean, we've dealt with this so many times that taking care is probably having money sent from even other people. I mean, it's something that she could potentially go to jail for.
That's a good point, David. That's even more of a reason why we need to meet with her in person, and you and Connor need to get out there to Florida.
Someone's going to Florida.
All right, last minute Florida trip.
All right, let's go.
Last minute? But you were going there anyway, no?
Florida. But before we left, we gave Sharlene a call to check in, and she dropped a bomb on us.
How much did he send you? Ballpark.
9,600.
9,600. And
it's not him though. It's from a couple that owed him that money.
Why would you receive that
And
money?
He told them send it to me.
Why?
And they said, he told me, they said, what if she's a scammer? And he said, she's not. She's my wife. Gonna be my wife. She's not a scammer. He's a wonderful man.
Oh my
so
goodness.
right now, the funds are pending. They haven't cleared in your account yet.
Yes.
Okay.
Private,
And I want to let you know something, Sharlene, and I don't know your full story. We haven't even met face to face yet, but I'm going to tell you this one thing. And this one thing is that him sending money to you
Massive
from
red
people
flag.
you've never met is a bit of a red flag. And
Sorry,
it's
what?
putting you in a dangerous situation right now.
A bit of a red flag is surely an understatement. I'm not sure if you're trying to protect Charlene's feelings here or something, but that is not a bit of a red flag. It's a humongous red flag. It's an absolute baboon's ass of a red flag right in your face, okay? I don't understand what's just happened there. And a spoiler alert, I make that baboon joke in another video coming soon. I thought I recorded that one earlier and I figured, wow, that's a great joke. I'll use it again in before someone comments. It's not funny, but I've said it now.
What the hell are you talking about?
I didn't appreciate that. That might be a bit too coddling, but okay, sure. I also want to point out once again, blah, 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 he's such a wonderful man. Stop it. You're trying to convince yourself or us that he's a wonderful man.
I do think it would be best if you sent those funds back until we figure out who these people really are.
Yeah, I don't. All I did was deposit the check in my bank account.
Right.
That's all. And
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know anything about them, so.
I just want to put you in the best situation possible. Like, I've got your back. I want to do my due diligence. I don't want to tell you my opinion or what I think. I just want the facts.
Yeah.
Right now, if you could just promise me one thing, just don't touch the money. I want to look at this for you.
Anyway.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, I finally get to meet you face to face tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited about helping you out.
The team was finally on their way to Florida, but the surprises didn't stop there. After a flight delay, a layover was missed that left Connor and Brienne stranded in Houston with no luggage.
So
I guess so,
we
yeah.
do not have access to our clothing. We don't have access to our luggage. It has been redirected to another flight. We have to stay the night here in Houston. Don't have a toothbrush.
Yeah, so we're stuck in Houston.
Anything. Daddy, chill.
Houston, we have a problem. I don't fly because I'm scared, but probably I'd recommend keeping like a toothbrush or, these kind of essentials in your carry-on just so that, it don't get lost. But going back to Bree saying she doesn't want opinions, thinking, she wants facts. The fact is, it's a massive red flag that she received money from someone else claiming to be for him but sent to her. So a bit of a red flag is maybe a bit of an opinion, because it's not a bit of a red flag, it's a huge red flag, which I must stress, it doesn't make sense. Why would it go to her? Because I assume she would just then send it to him. But then why don't the couple that owe him money just send it to him? Do you know what I mean? None of this makes sense.
I'm gonna keep this PG. I'm not gonna say any curse words, but
Just say
I
it.
want to say one. I want to say it.
Say it. Shit.
I'm gonna say it when we cut the camera.
After an emergency trip to Target
How much
and
did
an
they
overnight
buy?
stay in Texas,
That looks like
the
a lot.
team finally found their way to Charlene's doorstep in Milton, Florida. We sat down with her hoping that we could break through on the truth about Ricardo.
So when we last spoke, I was curious who those people were that sent the check, or if you had a picture of it.
No, it was not accepted. I don't know why.
Yeah, good.
And I thought, oh, this is good. This will really help.
Yeah.
No, it didn't. Nothing. And
What?
when I went in the bank trying to draw it out. I said, the lady come out, one of the ones that don't like me. She goes,
Sorry, what?
are you here to withdraw money? I said, yes. She goes, well, okay. You were a victim. Now you're a scammer and you're going to go to jail.
Wow.
I'm a scammer for what? Trying to withdraw money out of the bank.
Okay, that's giving smug. Ugh. how dare you accuse me of being a scammer, is giving smug. The bank teller, one of the ones that don't like you, it's so childish, guys. It can't be just me. That's. I am frustrated, obviously, but it's also frustrating on the part of the children, because I just don't think Sharlene can take care of herself at all here. I know that might be an absolute, and I've just chucked in a freaking a concrete phrase that makes sense in my head. I don't feel like she can take care of herself. Why doesn't the bank teller like you? Well, what do you mean? I struggle to believe a bank teller gives a shit, to be honest. You can have a positive relationship. You know, maybe you go in there all the time, which, I mean, if it's your bank, you go in there. But you can have a positive relationship. I don't see a reason why a bank teller would not like you. So I feel like you're missing something out of this story. Why would they not like you? And if, again, I feel like she's just saying they don't like her because they've called her a scammer for depositing a check that doesn't go through, it doesn't clear, because it's not even meant for her. It's just...
So, anyway.
Oh, just
When's the last time
anyway.
you spoke to Ricardo?
We just move on.
Just now.
Oh, just now.
I was just on the phone.
Where's Ricardo at right now?
Canada, Saskatchewan.
Why?
Oh, he's in Canada.
Finding Bigfoot?
Of course, see, and a lot of this I'm not sure about because he has an accent.
How confident do you feel that you're talking to the real Ricardo?
Sometimes I'm totally confident. And then it's like, I don't know if it's one of the ones that's calling me, because I really feel connected.
I want to show you something because you gave me his name.
What did I just mean?
Ricardo Alpino.
I know there's hundreds of them.
There's hundreds.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So, have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
And he's supposed to be in Canada right now.
Yeah.
He's in
So
Brazil.
there would be no way for him to be in a different country today.
No.
He posted 18 hours ago, and he's in Brazil operating right now.
Oh, Brazil?
Mm-hmm.
What is happening here?
And I can trust this because this is his verified account. He has 83,000 people that follow him.
That's a famous dentist.
He also posted this. He's telling everybody, look at all these fake accounts created under my name.
Yeah.
And he's warning people, if someone reaches out to you with one of these accounts, it's not me. I'm genuinely concerned for you because this guy, Ricardo, has put you in a tough situation. He has you accepting money from people you don't know. They're not real checks. The banks don't want to work with you. They're putting you on a list. I mean, it's not a good situation for you. I'm looking out for you. Not Ricardo, not Shauna, not John. I'm here for Sharlene.
Thank you.
Finding answers for Sharlene.
Okay.
I know you don't feel comfortable giving me his phone number, but I do have the ability.
I don't have his phone number.
Well, how are you talking to him now?
Jasmine. I just hit Jasmine on my phone.
What is that?
So that is his number right there. Why is his name Jasmine?
It's not his name.
That's
a site he goes on.
No,
he said I only go on Jasmine.
No, this is a profile. This is WhatsApp. This is a profile. His name is Jasmine.
Oh my goodness.
Let's take a stab at that.
Okay, no stabbing, please. I need my butt cheeks intact. What in the smokes? I've been holding off saying this because I don't want to just throw it out there for every freaking case, but I feel like if the children want to, they should consider a conservatorship, because she's on WhatsApp thinking she's on an app called Jasmine, when Jasmine is the name of Ricardo. If they want to, which, who knows, right? You'd have to speak to them. They should consider a conservatorship. Otherwise, I don't know if this is harsh. I don't feel like she really grasps the severity of everything. I feel like she's nodding along with Bree, but not necessarily taking it in. But I guess we'll find out. So a conservatorship, I think, could be, or maybe should be considered if the children want that anyway, because you can't just chuck a conservatorship on them. Yeah, you're now in charge. Because especially if she's berating them whenever they tell her that she's doing something wrong or whatever, if they're in charge of her finances, I don't want to imagine the kind of verbal abuse that she might chuck at them. So if they want it, consider it. If not, goodness me, it's out of the realm of what advice I could give, really.
Verizon Wireless phone number.
T-Mobile.
Through T-Mobile, San Francisco, California. That's interesting. I think we send him an IP tracker link and see where he's at. I mean, there's a chance he might not click it. And he
But
just
I really don't care.
What? Why? Why?
Is the issue.
Oh.
I don't care where he's at.
You don't care where he's at. But I'm telling you today, you're not talking to the Ricardo that's in the picture. So whatever guy that you're talking to, he does not look like Ricardo. He's not Ricardo. If you were talking to the real person, you would be talking from his verified account, this verified account, and his verified Facebook account that has 30.
He went off of Facebook, he said. And the guy that's calling me is on Facebook with that name.
But this one has 37,000 followers.
He just was talking to me last night and this morning. He's trying to, and he goes, why are you talking to these losers that are asking you for money?
The person you're talking to is a scammer, and he's feeling there's competition because other scammers are reaching out to you. They know that you have a connection with that profile picture, so they're trying to trick you, and they're competing for you. I know it's hard. It's hard for you to hear it because I know you really like the way this person is making you feel.
Well, I've fallen in love with him.
No,
I feel love for him like I do my kids.
Don't ever say
that. That same kind of protective,
no,
loving.
You don't. No.
I felt love for him.
No. Don't you dare throw protective into the mix as well. Because, I'm sorry, seemingly you don't give a shit about protecting them because of the amount of stress you're putting them through. You don't seem to be slowing down with this freaking relationship. So, please don't throw protective into this. Don't you dare try and gaslight me anyway. I hope you guys are not, being gaslit here, but don't you dare. I'm sick of hearing and seeing stories of people claim how much they love the people around them and just treating them like shit. Don't you freaking dare. I feel like I'm gonna explode right now. There's steam inside the hat. If I take it off, I'm gonna look like a freaking chimney, bro. Okay, composure.
First, you need to calm down.
I don't think she's in love necessarily with Ricardo. From that little bit there, especially her saying, I don't care, I feel like she don't give an absolute toss who actually is behind the profile and is more so in love with the way the profile is making her feel. I mean, we see that a lot. I feel like sometimes I say you could replace that person with any picture, they're still gonna get scammed because that, the victim is not in this based on true love, is it? We're together because we both cook meals and stuff. Nothing about this is genuine, and I feel for the kids. I don't feel like there's anything that can be done here. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Bree's wasted her time coming here, but hopefully I'm proven wrong, I guess.
And his kids, he said, his kids want me. They're mad at me because I won't hurry up and bring you home because they kiss your picture every day on the wall.
That is creepy.
And they want their mommy.
You are not their mother.
Their mommy.
I'm sorry.
I'm
Well, I'm
Sharlene.
not sorry about that, but I'm sorry that you are not their
Person's
mother.
manipulating you.
Actually, sorry, no, that would... I am not sorry for the fact that the make-believe kids are upset. That's what I'm not sorry about. It's quite disturbing. I mean, I said earlier, I don't feel like Sharlene is in a position to take care of young children. If those children in the picture with Ricardo are his children, they look like maybe under 10 years old, the pair of them, all right? You are not fit to take care of them, in my personal opinion.
They're just...
For what? He said...
Because he's funneling money through you. He's trying to get you to cash
Who's that?
the checks.
Ricardo?
Scam.
What?
Scam likely.
He's trying to get you to cash the checks.
Oh, how ironic.
So he can get something out of it before it bounces. I see this scam all of the time.
She's just nodding her head. She's not actually...
Money. Some people call it money laundering. It's when you accept funds from people you don't know, or you send money to someone that you've never met face to face. It's a very, very complicated but very risky situation for you. The banks are trying to warn you, because if you keep going down this path, it's not going to be good for you. It's not.
Well, all I know is I have love for whoever I'm talking to. I don't care his name.
Oh, there you go.
I don't care anything about him.
I'm like a...
And I believe I am...
I see the future.
In a relationship with somebody that really does love me.
That's just cap.
We believe the same as far as women and men.
Sorry?
I'm really strong. He is too. The man is the head of the home. The man is the leader.
What's happening here?
I call him King Ricardo.
King Ricardo.
And women are supposed to submit to a man.
What the f is going on in here on this day?
So I say, boss, what should I do? He likes that. It's in a woman to be there to support her husband and her children, and to be the heart of the home.
If you are the heart of the home, the heart is broken. Okay, the heart has cardiovascular disease. That home is not good. All right, what in the smokes am I listening here? We've just descended into a freaking Andrew Tate sermon or some shit. What the frick has just happened here? I understand. I guess she's going down a religious standpoint on things, but me personally, I think both of you are... the leader is the wrong choice of words, surely. Like, nobody is a leader, because that implies someone is above another, and in my opinion, you and your partner are equal. But that's just my freaking stance on this, I guess. Let me know if you agree or disagree. King Ricardo, boss what is this? What the shit? We're feeding the scammer's ego and blowing smoke up his ass. And what's concerning here is you may have been doing this with your previous marriages, blowing smoke up their ass, and obviously bad things happened. I don't know if they themselves did the bad things, but I guess we'll never really know what Shauna was talking about, bad things happening to the kids. Regardless, disgusting, right? I feel like that's a given. I feel like everyone, you guys can feel my anger towards that. Just, I don't care what the scenario was, disgusting. And I genuinely believe you put men above everyone. And that's just not how you should be living your life, but I guess that's what you do. I don't know if that's a case because you got married so young and maybe you were led to believe this, but I don't know. I understand it's her opinion, I guess, but I find it disgusting. Sorry, shoot me if you want. I don't agree with any of that. You know, the irony that Bree, a woman, is sat in front of you trying to lead you through this scam, get you to understand what the hell you are doing is freaking bad. But irony. I guess. Anything to say to that? Or genuinely women, just should stay in the home and look after the kids? I'm sorry. Dare I say you don't really take care of your kids? Your kids are stressed the hell out. I know they're adults, but you're not exactly helping them, are you? Nice, though, yeah. I don't know where the hell this freaking red pill speech came from, but now I'm even more pissed off.
The man is the head of the home. So
Just
he's
shush.
the one with the brains.
Oh, is it?
And she's the one with the heart. A woman is all over the place.
Why is
They
she
don't
going
make
on?
good leaders because they can't stay focused, because we're made that way to take care of everybody in the household.
With all due respect, please get a grip, okay? Because do you know how... Is it oxymoron? I don't know at this point. I've lost my head here. You can't say a woman's role, or whatever the hell you're saying, is to take care of the children, but they're not leaders. When you take care of an entire household, emotionally, physically, you're caring for so many children, you are a leader, in a sense. You
I'm sorry. I can't handle this.
I'm trying my best here, guys. Now, let me say something, because I've said this before. If I'm financially able and my wife genuinely is happy with it, she doesn't want to do anything her own self in terms of, she genuinely wants to be a housewife, right? By all means, if we're financially able, cool. However, the vibe that she's giving with this speech is that if you have dreams as a woman, if you have ambitions, etc., I've seen this in so many cases. No, you stay there, you take care of the house, because that is what it's meant to be, or something along those lines. That's not how I'm gonna function, okay? And dare I say, it's not how any should function, but, maybe we're opening up a can of worms with this discussion, and someone feels very strongly about it, but it's just my opinion, okay? You, as the man, if you're financially taking care of the family, that doesn't give you the right to be emotionally absent because you're bringing in the bread. Do you know what I mean? Your kids come up to you, they want to play with you or something. No, kids, sorry. Go play with your mother. I'm making money. It's just, I feel like my feelings on this are very clear. I don't think I can clarify anymore because my brain to mouth connection is severing as we speak, and I'm losing my shit.
Look, like I wish that I was coming here under a different, different outcome, right? I wish I could come here and say, you know what, everything's good.
Right.
Ricardo checks out. You're talking to the real guy. I wish
Why
you
is the
guys
music
all the
playing?
best and a successful relationship.
There's like 10 minutes left.
I would love that. I would love it. However, that's not the case, and I can only extend my phone number. I want you to text me anything. Say, hey, this guy just sent me something. I need you to look it up, Brienne.
Okay.
And
all right.
I want you to reach out to me. If anything pops up, no judgment here. Brienne, I need you to run a search on this. Brienne, I need you to go look at that.
Okay.
I'll do it for you.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I don't think... No, I don't think she actually cares.
Thank you for taking time.
That's so condescending.
Of course, Sharlene.
I don't know if it's just me, but thank you for taking time sounds so condescending. Like, thank you for taking the time, but I don't really care about what you're saying. Like, that's the vibe I get.
After returning to California with little information, Brienne and David gave Sharlene a call to give her an update on what they had found out about Ricardo.
So Brienne just came from Florida. How are things going with Ricardo, or this person pretending to be Ricardo?
He's going really good. Really good.
What?
We're talking more.
Oh, that's great.
You're talking more? Wait, Sharlene, you're talking more after Brienne came and met with you?
There's no point, guys. Stop. Mm-hmm. You've done what you can in it.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm confused here. Why more? I mean, this person lied to you. They used somebody else's pictures.
I already knew about that stuff.
Nice.
I knew that stuff, okay? He told me in the beginning, people are using his pictures. He said that's why he went on Facebook, because all kinds of people are using his pictures.
But the thing that we talked about specifically when I showed you Ricardo's valid, verified Instagram account, that almost all of his posts in the last year showed that he was in Brazil. But the person you're talking to is claiming they had been in New York, they're in Canada.
Mostly Canada. He's working in Canada.
Right.
He said he did that.
Mm-hmm.
He said he put it for Brazil so that people wouldn't find him.
Really?
He said he purposely
Who find
did
him?
that.
Who's running
And
after him?
he's working in Canada.
But he's a dentist in Brazil, and he's practicing in Brazil, and he has a Brazilian phone number that he uses in his Instagram account.
And Sharlene, I can go book an appointment to go see him in Brazil right now. Like today, like this week.
Okay, whatever.
Oh.
Well, I mean, not whatever. Like, those are the facts. No,
this is a man who loves me, and I love him, and we're getting married.
So why is he having other people send money to you?
One guy did because he owed it to him.
Doesn't make sense.
And he knew that I got my van taken. He felt bad. He said, send it to her.
Your van taken? What?
And he said that couple, it was a couple. And he said, what if she's a scammer? He said, she's not. She's going to be my wife.
Hold on a second. When she was in the car park and the police found her looking for a van, her van? And her van was stolen? What's going on? Can someone let me know, please?
But we talked about the check. The check bounced though, right?
Yeah, that wasn't good. And
The
I
check
asked
wasn't
him
good.
about it. He said he didn't know what was wrong.
Oh, you just
He said
don't know
he was
anything,
gonna try to
apparently.
get back with her.
The thing is Charlene, you're ignoring all the facts. Like, we're not trying to.
No, I'm not.
Well,
I listen to the facts in my heart.
That's not facts.
Those are the real facts. I've lived my life too long with enough jerks and enough liars that, well, I can sense when somebody's lying to me and somebody's trying to treat me bad.
Oh my goodness me. There's no way you've just said that and this is the position you're in. But hey, you know when someone's treating you bad, which is, you could argue, if you know, why are you treating your kids bad then? You clearly don't know because you're being a bad person to them. And I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know if I'm bursting anyone's bubble. But what you feel in your heart is not facts, okay? Your emotions are not the gospel truth, okay? They are feelings and they are coming from your perspective, your standpoint. You're not seeing things the way other people see it because it's coming from your heart. Which is why I say never make decisions based on your heart because you will make very rash decisions. Now, it gets complicated, obviously, when, obviously a lot of people on this show, they think a certain way. They think a certain 25-year-old woman wants to be with them, for example. Then the situation's complicated because, your logic is also clouded. But off of what she said, your heart is not facts. I hope everyone realizes that.
We believe, and he believes in a man being a man.
Oh, goodness, not again.
Home, the leader. And I be in the heart of the home.
Just shush.
And the lover.
Please.
And we believe in that.
Please.
Both of us.
Please.
I don't need help right now.
There you go.
I'm happy with the man I'm with.
Charlene, you want to bury your head in the sand, bury your head in the sand.
Like an ostrich.
We've done everything we can. I can't speak logic to somebody who can't speak logic, okay?
You don't know nothing about my life.
Yeah.
Nothing about it.
Yeah.
What you're doing does not help. Sorry.
Rush, she just locked it off.
It was clear at this point.
What
There's
the?
no getting through to Charlene.
She just closed the phone.
So David hopped on a call with John to share what information we have about his mom.
Can we just take a minute to address the fact that if she's able to berate strangers like this and just hang up on them. Imagine what she's doing to her children behind closed doors, off camera, how she speaks to them. I'm not saying it's worse, because I'm not there, right? It's all allegedly. It's just a point to consider, given what we've seen here. Goodness me, that's... Let's wrap this up, man. There's only so much of this I can take anymore.
Good, you? Doing all right. I'm calling you with an update on your mom, essentially.
Is Mr. Reacher again?
How have things been going since we started working with you originally?
I really don't have much to report. I haven't really been communicating with my mom.
Yeah, and that's
when I try to, she gets just real defensive with anything I have to tell her.
Goodness.
I just want to
See?
hear it, then she lashes out at me. So
See?
it hasn't really been productive at all.
You know, we've been doing this a long time, and in most instances, we're able to get through to the person, you know, just with logic, right? So, you know, show them who the real person images are, prove that the person is and lives where they are. And we have not been able to get very far with your mom. In fact, I spoke to her last week, and she laid into me pretty well. And so what we try to do is show her who the real person images are, you know, have a conversation with her, because she received a check for $9,000, and this person she was talking to, the scammer, he told her to keep $1,000 of it. And, you know, she deposited the money, and she was going to take the $1,000, which is, you know, obviously laundering money, whether she knows it or not. And, you know, we tried to have a conversation with her about that, and her response was like, well, the check bounced anyway. And so, like, there's just no level of accountability, unfortunately. And, you know, even when we showed her who the real person was, so he's a dentist in Brazil. And so we were able to go through and book an appointment with him specifically.
Why?
To have a dental appointment.
That's an expensive appointment.
And she said that she was going to still believe the person that she was talking to, even though we showed her logic, even though we showed her that, hey, this person for sure is in Brazil. We were even able to book an appointment, and she didn't want to hear any of it.
I almost think that she, maybe somewhere in her mind, she might know that she's talking to a scammer, but she doesn't want to be confronted with it. So she's purposely staying in ignorance about it, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, that would go off of what I said earlier about, you know, she seemingly maybe doesn't want to be proven wrong, right? Oh, yeah, you guys were right, but I'm just going to continue with this anyway. That's similar lines, I guess.
So she mentioned that she had 4 strokes, right?
Yeah.
We've dealt with a lot of people that have had strokes, and they end up believing this stuff a lot more than other people. And so I think that her strokes might have something to do with her continuing to live this fantasy. The scary part is that, like, she might be doing things behind the scene, because I think, just like you, John, she wouldn't give us anything. But because of all the pain she's holding on to in the past, and maybe even the strokes, I think that's what's going on here. I mean, is there any way for you to get help for her, or I mean, even a conservatorship? Because realistically, at this point, that's probably what we'd recommend.
If he wants.
You know, she's headed down a pretty destructive path. She's been warned by a lot of different people, and she just continues to say, nope, you know, the guy I'm talking to is telling me the truth. Everybody else is a liar. And this guy has this death grip on her, and he's literally can get her to do anything he wants.
Again, if they want, right? You know, it seems as if everything's kind of falling on John here. I understand, obviously, everyone else lives their life, and freaking what we see here, like 2 of the 10 children actually are involved. That's quite a concern for her, right? You know, she's apparently got this knowledge of who is a bad guy and all that, but you can't see the fact that 8 of your children seemingly don't want anything to do with you, and then the other 2 children are reluctant to even be in this position. It's up to him, you know. If he wants to do this, I can guess that it would add a lot more stress onto his life, maybe even further damaging words from her, because if he's in control of her finances, then I don't even want to imagine whatever she would say. I feel like the stroke aspect maybe should have been mentioned earlier on. I understand maybe they received that information way later. But, we've created the video, right? We have that information. I'm not saying they should do this or that. I'm not telling them how to run the channel. I know some people will say, quote unquote, they are doing better than me. And I understand that. But maybe that information would provide a little bit of context earlier on. By no means am I saying it excuses anything, though. The stroke affects the critical thinking, of course, and then in a more generalized sense, as I do with other videos, I will just give advice in the more general sense. But I'm not excusing the fact that she treats people badly because of the strokes. I don't know if that's harsh or not, but as we spoke about earlier, it's not fair for other people who have strokes who don't treat others badly. And I know, that sort of behavior can stem from the strokes. But then when you factor in before, how early did she have these strokes? When the kids were growing up, obviously Shauna mentioning the bad things that were let to happen, you can't connect them. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Hopefully I've freaking formulated that in a way that makes sense. I just don't want people to just let her off the hook because she's had strokes, if that makes sense.
Even try to do an IP tracker, and she's like, I can't do this behind his back. I can't give you his personal details behind his back. So she wouldn't cooperate at all. We tried every angle that we could possibly try to get a little bit more information from her, and other than the picture and us doing the research on our own, she wouldn't give us anything else.
Yeah, and I think she told, according to her friend Paula, I think she told the scammer that she was talking to you guys.
Oh yeah, we figured, and what's probably happening is they're isolating her even more.
Yeah.
They're coaching her through how to talk to us, saying, hey, they're gonna come back with this, because she got pretty irate, like when she was talking to me.
Yeah, that's kind of how she is with me.
Yeah, it's a tough situation.
Yeah,
Like,
he seems
I don't
defeated
envy your
as well.
situation whatsoever.
Oh, the music.
But I highly recommend looking into conservatorship. I can send you some details. We actually deal with this, quite a bit, and I think you have a decent case with the actions that have happened with the bank, and then the strokes, and then obviously, how other people have warned her that this is a scam. So I'd be more than happy to send you that stuff to help you out.
That'd be great. I really appreciate all your help, and I really, really love you guys' show, and I appreciate the work you guys do, and it's a worthy cause.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate for the opportunity to try to help you and your family out. This is one of those cases. It's a bummer. It's that she won't come around. It's not the first person we've had like this, and eventually they come around. We'll send you the stuff on the conservatorship, and then again, if you need anything in the meantime,
maybe
you can give us a ring. So.
All right, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you've done.
If he wants to, though, we offered our support to both John and Sharlene, letting them know we would continue to be available if Sharlene decides she wants helps. She's not ready to take that step right now, though. Okay. When is she going to want to take that step, then? That's not fair on the children. But...
Seekers, it's almost time for our weekly live stream.
Fade to black as my head. I'm very disturbed by this episode, actually. It's one of the more difficult ones we've covered, and obviously definitely one of the more difficult ones that the team themselves have likely worked on. I echo, if he wants the conservatorship, then, that's his prerogative, I guess. But if he doesn't want it, I hope people can understand that And obviously, this being his mother, some people will say, hey, you should look out for her no matter what. But I've always said, it doesn't work like that. Life is not cookie cutter, right? Just because this is your mother, this is your father, this is your sibling, XYZ, it doesn't mean that you have to give up your entire life to be there for them, especially when it's not working, when it's becoming a detriment to your own life as well. You have to take a step back, and I don't feel like people should be guilty for that or feel guilty for that, because you're not in their shoes. I don't like when people say, no, this is XYZ person, don't speak about them like that. You haven't lived their life, and I want people to not feel guilty about wanting and seeking that extra support and taking that step back because you've done everything that you can do, right? I understand, obviously, I can't speak for John or Shauna, right? But Shauna in particular gave the vibe that she does want to help, but there is only so much you can do. And I want people to recognize that you are not a bad person for taking that step back and seeking professional support. Because if you do truly want to help, sometimes you do have to take that step back. There is only so much that you can do before it becomes a detriment to your own mental health. And then consequently, even your physical health might suffer. And then you can't help them at all if you're suffering. So don't feel guilty about that, if there is anything to take from this video. Very disturbing one, man. Like, it was wild to watch her just stay stuck in that mindset of, no, this guy is real. Even if the picture is not real, someone behind it, doesn't matter who, loves me for me. The stroke aspect, I mean, yeah, it can affect her cognitive abilities and her critical thinking about everything. But, in my opinion, some of her behavior towards her children is abusive. And I don't want to say if she's a good person or not, man. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to go over to the original video. Check out the comments, see what people are saying. We'll discuss some things. So I'll see you in a jiffy. Tantalizing talk time. I took some time after the episode to sort of compose myself because I feel like I was losing my head towards the end there. But can you blame me? Really? And I don't think I could have constructed and formulated sentences in a coherent manner. But then again, when do I ever do that? But I took some time and I picked some comments out. I freaking look yellow for some reason in the camera. I've joined the cast of Simpsons, apparently. So if I've done some editing with the contrast and stuff, then and you didn't even ask. So well done. I've already gone down the path of tantalizing talk being a shambles. The first comment, if she has 10 kids and only barely has contact with 2 out of the 10, you can imagine how she is as a person, honestly. Imagine is all you can do, really. And thankfully, the 2 kids who did come on this show, they necessarily didn't really speak that highly of her. Now, I know, of course, always there are many sides to a story, and victims on this show like to portray themselves in a certain way that makes them look better than they are. I feel like it's important to acknowledge that at a certain point in your life, you have to recognize you are the common denominator. Okay, when she says things like, I don't like everyone attacking me and all sorts, you are the common denominator here, okay? If 10 of your children don't have the best of relationships with you, who is at fault here, But I feel like she is not the type of person to accept that responsibility, to accept that accountability. So realistically, you're just shooting shit in the dark, all right? The shit is going all over the walls. It stinks. And there is only so much you can do, basically. And to echo what I was saying towards the end, I don't want to see anyone saying, oh, how could they not be there for their mother? It's their life, ultimately. Okay, I know that sounds hypocritical because someone might try and argue, yeah, but this is Sharlene's life. If she wants to go and scam, allegedly, if she wants to be a victim XYZ, then she can. Yeah, I understand that. And ultimately, people will live however they want to live. But I would rather people not get scammed, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, yes, it's hypocritical. And I can't tell someone what they should and shouldn't do. But then I feel like you're just finding faults in everything and you just need to move on. Okay. She's the type that will put a man above her own kids. Sad she's still doing it. Obviously, there isn't a freaking age limit on this sort of behavior. But it's sad that at her age, she's still doing this. You should be living your life and just chilling, I don't think she was working. I don't know if I've missed anything of the sort. But I'd like to hope if I ever get to 75 years old, I'm just chilling. If for some reason I don't have a partner, I'm just going to chill at that point. You know what I mean? Just enjoy life because if that's all you can do, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying people can't go after love if they really want to, but she is chasing it too much and she's going about it very wrong. In my opinion, I don't think you should put your partner above yourself. You can love them, of course, and hold them very dear to you, but putting them above yourself, especially when it concerns, you displaying behavior that is a detriment to your own self, you've lost it here. Do you know what I mean? The relationship could end. I'm not saying it will, of course. But if it does end, you've now suffered mentally and sometimes, unfortunately, even physically because you put this other person above you. And I don't feel like you should do that. I understand, again, she was taking the religious stance on it, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments. There's probably people who are religious as well who don't see it the way she sees it. But me personally, I don't think a man is the freaking boss or whatever the hell. Boss is mental. Man said King Ricardo and all this. Like, okay, I'm losing my head here a bit. I just have to continue because if I don't, this will descend into more of a shambolic section than it usually is. Next up, Misplaced Texan. Shout out for all your support here at the TT. Very much sending you much love for all the support and generosity you've shown. I feel like we could end the comment there. Do you know what I mean? Her selfishness ruined her first marriage. Her selfishness ruined her children's childhoods. And now selfishness is ruining her relationship with her children. If you have 10 children and you only speak to 2 of them, and those kids are even guarded with her, she needs to realize that she is the common denominator. Yes, I'm a 54-year-old grandma and wife and mother, and I was raised by a narcissist, diagnosed by a psychiatrist, mother, and escaped with my sanity. Going grey rock with her was the best thing I ever did. Her kids may want to consider taking a step back. They're under no obligation to save her from her own delusions at this point. And that's what I was talking about. There is only so much the children can do, much as there is only so much you can do in your own personal situations as well. And we can't tell the children, no, you shouldn't. You need to look after her despite everything she's doing to you and saying to you. because it doesn't work like that. Life ain't black and white, you know. There isn't, okay, this, I've said this, it's true. I've said this, it's true. There is a lot in between. And, you know, Misplaced Texan mentions here, grey rock. You got the black, you got the white answers, and in between there's a lot of grey. Morality, you can't, absolute it. One person needs to do this. So they're going to do what they feel is comfortable. If they, you know, and mainly John, it seems, which is quite upsetting because it's seemingly fallen all on him. I'm not sure if he's perhaps the eldest of the children, but if he decides he does want a conservatorship, we can't say anything. We can only advise if it maybe should be considered for a lengthy period of time before jumping into things. But yeah, I agree with this. She's the common denominator, and I don't think it's going to happen, but she needs to take a long, hard look at herself. But who knows, right? Now, this next one is what I was waffling on about when I was saying, is it harsh to say you can't just chuck cognitive issues at someone to excuse their behavior? To everyone saying it's dementia or strokes, sometimes people are just bad people in their youth and they're bad people in old age. Now, I don't know if this person got to the end of the video where it was mentioned that she has suffered 4 strokes. I mean, 4 strokes. I do believe at some point will have an effect on your cognitive thinking and your critical thinking skills. But to say that they are the reason that she is the way she is to her children, especially way earlier on in their lives, you just can't do that, right? Again, I don't know if that's controversial, don't know if that's harsh. Let me know in the comments. I always, of course, am open to being fairly challenged, right? If I do say things that you disagree with. As always, even some of the TT members, you let me know. You disagree, you see things in another light, but you keep it civil, right? There are many people who disagree and then just come and attack the way I look, for example. I call myself a rat boy, so you're not hurting me here. If you're gonna critique something, do it fairly. Do you know what I mean? So let me know if you agree or disagree. Let me know your thoughts. I think it is unfair to just, you know, attach mental health issues to someone just because they are being a bad person. But, hey, let me know, right? She thinks big baby girl is a compliment. I don't know what big baby girl even means. I remember I said I called it cringe, but what does big baby girl mean? Obviously, baby girl is a thing. And look, I might be on my own here, but even if I'm 75 and I have a wife, I'm calling her baby girl. That's my baby girl. Do you know what I mean? But that's just me, right? Big baby girl doesn't make sense to me. And especially when this sort of thing comes from someone you've never met in person, strictly online relationship, you have to question what is going on here. You know, we are adults. We don't need to be saying these things before we've even freaking kissed or anything. But that's just my opinion. I personally think this sort of thing, when you're married and stuff, go for it. Have each other pet names for each other and stuff. But when it's online and you've never met, get a grip of yourself. And this is a comment that sort of goes along the same vein of what I was talking about in regards to me being harsh or not concerning cognitive issues and the person being not nice. Please don't slap on mental health labels for blatant self-centeredness and delusion. I don't think I need to add anything to this. This is more of a case. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. The next one, my laptop's bugging out. It also has had enough of this story. I could just see Brienne seething and reading or ready to burst when the lady was talking about how the woman needs to submit to the man and the man has the brains. Lol. Such an archaic mindset. I agree, to be honest. Even if you do take the religious stance on things that a man is the head of the house or something, I don't know, but her speaking and her speech, it went down bigoted vibes. Do you know what I mean? It was screaming pick me as well. There's been a few women on this show who have given off the pick me vibes. I remember one victim who their partner left them for another woman. And I remember them saying, oh, how could they do that? I don't like shopping. I shoot pew-pews. Do you know, pick me vibes? That's what I was getting from Sharlene here. The woman needs to submit to the man. What does that even mean? You know, submit in like wrestling terms is when someone's got you in a freaking chokehold and you can't take anymore, so you have to tap out. That's submitting. In this context, I've never really understood it. You're basically saying the woman needs to do everything the man is saying, don't question anything, etc. Goodness me, that's a horrible way to live, by the way. If you are in a position like that, and it's something that you want to break out of and you can't, please seek professional support. A man will make mistakes. Don't listen to everything a man is saying, okay? And I think I was mentioning a man and a woman, you know, in a relationship. Coming together, nobody realistically should be submitting. Like, submitting in the sense that you are giving your all and your love to someone, your respect, consideration, yeah, I guess. But when it comes to blindly just listening to them and doing whatever they ask, no. And the man having the brains, I pinpointed this, the irony she's saying this, whilst a woman is in front of her explaining to her how much of a freaking what's the word? Basically, it was ironic she was saying all this, and Brienne was sat there explaining to her that the man is actually not taking care of her and is doing all sorts to, like, do you get it? It was ridiculous, but I guess that's what she believes. I don't think that's good. And you could attribute that to her children not speaking to her. Maybe she thought like that in the past, and if the children ever had an issue maybe with the father or the stepfather, maybe that's what they were talking about. She allowed certain things to happen, but look, I'm not confirming anything, right? The kids should apply for power of attorney. She's clearly not capable of taking care of herself. I said that as well. But ultimately, it's up to the children if they even want to do that. So I wouldn't hold it against them if they chose not to, because they seem very stressed, even on camera. I am rarely unable to muster some sympathy for the catfish. This lady is an exception. She may have neurological difficulties, but her nastiness goes back decades. And that's what I was touching on. Yes, there might be cognitive issues in her understanding and grasping the severity of the scam. But I don't think we can just chuck that as an excuse for how she behaves with her kids, especially when you go back many years. So let me know your thoughts on that as well. The next one is an interesting one in the sense that I don't know how much this is true. This individual has left several comments I found saying this. This is my grandmother. She chose this man over me and threatened to kick me out when I was living in a tent in her backyard. This is real life, no actors. I don't know. Who knows if this is a genuine grandchild? But if this is true, it unfortunately doesn't surprise me that she would have chosen Ricardo over you as well. But someone let me know if you have seen this comment, for example, but also if that's true. I mean, if you watching this are the grandchild, we had a family dispute a while ago with Tim, was his name, the racist guy. His son came in the comments, daughter, I think a niece at that point came in, all sorts. So let me know. And then lastly, I feel like we should address this. 10 children is very hard work and overwhelming. I can see from the pictures that some of the children looked about the same age. I can understand that after caring for so much people, she wanted to be selfish. I see a broken woman looking for love in the wrong places. Pray for her. When you say, I can understand after caring for so much people, she wanted to be selfish, what do you mean? I feel like that's very poorly worded, because it sort of says the children are at fault for her being selfish. The children, I don't think, asked to be born. Do you know what I mean? You know, one thing that gets on my nerves is when parents say, oh, you know, you can't, you know, obviously challenge what I'm saying or anything. In a nice way, of course. You can't say this, or, you know, challenging them in a nice way. You're not attacking them. You're just trying to have a conversation, right? You can't tell me XYZ because you got a roof over your head. I feed you. But that's what you are a parent. Like, do you want a Blue Peter badge for freaking feeding your child? Do you know what I mean? That's what that is giving. Like, oh, she took care of so many people, so she has the right to be selfish. No, the children didn't ask to be born. Do you know what I mean? And also, I understand what you're trying to say, in that she's looked after so many people, so she now has the chance to live her own life, so to speak. But you don't go about it by being selfish and berating the people who are trying to protect you. Do you know what I mean? That's just not the way to go about it. You can very much want to live your own life after taking care of everyone. I feel like a lot of people might feel the same way after taking care. Is it? I don't know. I feel like, yes. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. You know, as you get older, you want a life for yourself as well. But I've always said you should have a life for yourself, even if you are in a relationship or you have people that you take care of, because you are the person that you're going to live with the longest, essentially. But being selfish as a result of it, no. You see a broken woman looking for love in the wrong places. I guess she is looking for love in the very wrong place, but she's doing nothing about that. And this is where the cognitive issues come into play. Does she understand? I mean, I don't know, man. I guess it's a lot more in my head complicated than I'm trying to speak it. Obviously, you guys know I'm not the best with words, but I don't agree. All right, I understand she wants to live her own life, but you don't be selfish in the process of it. So let me know your thoughts in all of this. I'm so hungry right now, so trying to understand this hurts my belly or something. Please let me know your thoughts. Please stay safe online as well. And as I echoed towards the end of the main commentary, if you are in a position where you're taking care of someone and you can't do any more for them and need to seek professional support, don't feel guilty. I'd love to know more about the background, to be honest, but I think this is the extent of the story that we're going to get. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I'm in pain.